士先生。
1, 2, 3, down. Thank you for that very warm welcome and the wonder of being here with all of you. We have been sitting in the back room watching the show and enjoying it very much. We have been here 2 days. And it seems like I've been here a week because I've seen so many wonderful things. To say nothing of your beautiful city and your beautiful country and the warm welcome that we have all received. So our thanks to all of you. Ten years ago, Eva said, "Let's go to China." And we said, "Let's go." Because of her leadership and her strength and her willingness to take on this great challenge, we are very grateful to her and to all of our management leadership here. And Helen and I enjoyed listening to your field leadership, the people who took the challenge and ran with it when we first came to China, and have risen to levels of great leadership today. Thank you. We're proud of you. You fought the good fight. You kept to the job, and you never lost faith, despite the hardships and difficulties you had to overcome. Thank you. But they give me an opportunity to give a little talk about 3 specific steps that you go through in the process of life. We all talk about doing the right thing and taking the action and moving forward. But before you do that, you have to have the right attitude so that you can make those decisions to go forward. But a good attitude comes from having a good atmosphere, or the things that surround you and encourage you. When you control your atmosphere, then you will begin to have the attitude and take the appropriate actions. Jay Van Andel and I grew up in an atmosphere of encouragement which we received at home and in our schooling. And it was in that setting that we developed a strong faith. Not only a strong faith, but a faith in our ability to move forward with the encouragement we received from our parents and others. I share this with you because I want to make sure you put yourself in the right atmosphere so that you will have the right attitude and take the right decisions. The atmosphere is what you do as to who you surround yourself with, the kind of friends you have, and the ability to put yourself in the presence of like-minded people. Most of us oftentimes have grown up in the midst of people who complain and think about what they cannot do instead of being in the presence of people thinking about what they can do. And that's why when you join the world of Amway, you put yourself in the presence of people who think about what they can do and think about how to achieve more. And because of those simple acts, you begin to do things and achieve things way beyond what you ever thought you could do. You become surrounded by people who say, you can do it, You can do it. I believe in you. My father, when I was young, always used that phrase. He said, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. And that became a part of my byword for life. And that doesn't just apply to the Amway business, it applies to your total life and how you feel about your country and how you believe that you and your country can do greater things. And you begin to see the potential for China and for the people who live in China and how you can help them lift themselves up to higher levels of achievement. And then you begin to lift up others, and together you lift up each other, and together you lift up your country as well. While you're all doing that, you lift yourself up to higher levels, and your life becomes fuller and richer, and you can share love with the people around you. So it is up to each of us to find ways to lift up the people around us, and I want to give you some phrases to use to do that. And just like my father planted that thought in my head, you can put that thought in your head and in others as well. But one of the first phrases you have to learn is to say, I'm wrong and I'm sorry. Because you see, we all make mistakes. And when we do, instead of defending ourselves, just say, I'm wrong and I'm sorry. And you'll be surprised how much easier it is to get along with each other when you learn to say that. It seems like a simple phrase, but I remember one night when Douglas came home later than he was supposed to. We had rules in our house that said, you will be home by a certain hour. And one night he came home later than that appointed hour, and I was up waiting for him. But Doug had heard me give that speech and talk about saying I'm wrong and I'm sorry. So when he came through the door, his first words were, hi, Dad, I'm wrong and I'm sorry. Now, what do you say when somebody says that, except to say, I love you? If you will learn that phrase when you make a mistake, you will find you get along with each other much better. Well, then move to the positive side and learn another phrase. That phrase is, I respect you. Everybody wants respect, and some people try to demand respect and saying, you will respect me. But I have found the only way to get respect is to show respect. I once had a captain on one of the Amway boats, and he told me how he demanded respect from his crew. But when I talked to the crew, I found out they did not respect him at all. And the reason for that is that he did not show respect to them. So as you move through your life, learn to show respect to others, and then they will in turn respect you. I want you to know that we respect you in every sense of the word. We are just overwhelmed by what you have achieved, and our respect for you is overwhelming. And I hope that we can earn your respect by how we conduct ourselves and how we handle ourselves in every situation as an organization. that when you have a question about what's right or wrong, that when you call the company and ask them, they will give you an honest answer so that you can respect the answer that you get from us. In the 55 years that I have been in this business, which is all of my adult life, I have seen over 1,000 companies come and try to duplicate or copy the Amway plan. All of them telling us and telling you that they were as good or as we were. But I cannot recall any one of them which is still in business today. And today there are people coming to you and trying to lure you away from Amway. And I can only encourage you to stay, because in this company we will be here and we will respect you and we will be worthy of your respect. We stand behind what we say. We mean what we say, and we will assure you that we will keep our promises. Let me give you one more phrase, and maybe two more. The next phrase, and I want you to make these phrases a part of your daily dialogue so you learn to say them to your children as well. I use these phrases all the time with our children and our grandchildren. The next phrase is, I'm proud of you. Just as you know I'm proud of all of you, you have to learn to say that to each other, to your people who are your partners and your associates. And you do it with your friends and your neighbors. When you see them doing good things, you learn to say, I'm proud of you. I once had a man who picked up the trash and the garbage around our house. And he came through the neighborhood early in the morning, but he always came very quietly. And one morning I got up early to tell him how proud I was of him for the wonderful job he did. And he said to me, you know, I've been doing this for 20 years, and no one has ever told me that. You know, there are many people around you that make your life easier and make your life better who need to hear a word like that. And especially to your children. One more phrase. I believe in you. I believe in you. That is why we came to China, because we believed in you. We believed the people in China had the ability to lift themselves up in this business. There are many people in this world and in this country who have doubts about their ability and what they can do. And for you to say, I believe that you can do it, would be a big boost in their life. We came to China to remind you that we believe in you. And one more. And the one more is that I love you. Some of you know that when I write a little note, as I often do, I always sign my little notes with the expression, love you. And even if I write the President of the United States, I still do it. And the world needs more love between our countries and between each other. So add that phrase to your list. So I would end by reminding you that sometimes we're wrong. And I'm sorry. And that I'm proud of you. That I believe in you. And that we respect you. And that we love you. Thank you.